You might be wondering why I'm at this creepy old building. Well, I've actually been meaning to go to a cat cafe for a while, but most of the ones I found online always looked too clean and modern for my taste. So my search brought me here. That's right, I'm here at this place on purpose. And this contrast has a Gap Moe feeling, don't you think? I like going to places with a kitsch sense of style, so the moment I saw these decorations, I knew I made the right choice. Cat cafes have gotten really futuristic since the last time I went a decade ago though, huh? I was really happy they gave me a corner booth table, since I would be way too self-conscious to record anything in the middle of a restaurant. Today was full of luck though, and it also happened to be QR code ordering, so I did not have to talk to anyone. The booth even came with its own cat. I was sitting next to this little guy for the whole time, and he never woke up even though I really wanted to play with him. This area was actually meant for 4 people, but there were cats sitting in most of the seats. Not that I had enough friends to fill the seats, so it wasn't an issue. Really, I was hoping the food would be cat themed, but I guess it's just not that type of establishment. It's okay though, because the cats that were there made up for it by a lot. They don't really have a sense of personal space and might have stepped on my food though. This one in the pink collar was loitering around me for my entire meal and kept trying to eat my straws. I feel like they're probably smart enough not to choke, but I get really anxious really easily, so I was really afraid for it. Maybe I'm just overthinking though, since I'm not around animals often. I was never really allowed to have pets growing up, but I always really liked cats. Maybe it's because our lifestyles are similar. My favorite cat there was actually this little fat guy who stole the last seat and made me stand. She was really pretty though. I tried to pet her, but she didn't let me, so I tried taking photos of her instead. She's probably just being a tsundere. Before I came, I saw online that they had this wall obstacle course, and I was really looking forward to seeing the cats play on it, but they really just stayed like this for the whole hour I was there. None of them even reacted when I tried to get their attention. Not that I can blame them though, since working a customer service job at 5 years old is probably really exhausting on their little bodies. To take advantage of my time outdoors, I went glasses shopping too. I really wanted to replace my glasses, but I'm too indecisive, so I've just got a bunch of fake glasses. Recently, I've been really feeling the 2000s office worker style of frames. Not this pair though. They make me look like Ugly Betty. I was almost going to buy this pair because it suited the vibe I was going for, but I actually forgot that I was wearing contact lenses, so I couldn't do the eye examination. Maybe next time. I have a bit of a problem when it comes to microtransactions, so I can't even resist going to any claw machines I see in real life either. The atmosphere is cool though, right? The prizes were a bit lame, but I still wanted to try my luck. I found this claw machine with a bunch of anime figures, so I figured I might as well. But this machine was totally rigged though. The claw didn't even go all the way down. Anyways, enough with the side quests. I actually didn't feel like going out these days, but the Nintendo pop-up store was only around for a few weeks. You know, I actually really liked the uniforms they were wearing there, because it reminds me of The Devil is a Part-Timer. I really liked the music they were playing. It's almost as if you close your eyes, you can almost pretend that you're in Super Nintendo World. I saw up front that if you had a Nintendo account, you'd get free stickers, but I actually got a new phone and I forgot my 2-factor authenticator password, so I couldn't even log in. Even though I'm not the hugest Mario fan, I felt obligated to take a look at everything just because of how it was displayed so cutely. I was hoping the power-up would make me 5 centimeters taller, but it is a good replacement for human contact. I was really conflicted on whether I should get any Mario merchandise. I almost bought this Peach Plush, but her face kinda creeped me out. You can't have a Nintendo store without stocking Mario hats, but I was surprised by how the variety of Mario apparel was bigger than I thought it'd be. They even have tote bags with Mario overalls. There was actually a guy in a denim jacket with all Mario patches stitched on, but I'm beginning to think that it might have been homemade. But the main reason I was there was actually because I wanted to check out the Animal Crossing section. I'm actually a huge fan of having things that you see in games in real life. It's a real sensory treat. I understand why they only have the more popular marketable villagers here, but some of my favorites are actually the uglier ones, so that's a bit disappointing. I actually have a long history with Chrissy when she moved out of my Animal Crossing town 12 years ago, and I made a shrine mourning her. Anyways, let's move on. I forgot to show it on camera, but I actually bought a few domestic items from here, like an apron to prepare me to be a house husband. I also got this Roos branded coffee cup. I don't drink coffee, but now I can pretend I'm being served by Brewster. I wasn't even a fan of Kirby, but I was so tempted to get the plushies here, just because they're so cute. The giant squishy one looked so amazing, but I felt like I already spent too much money on things I didn't need. But I had a nice haul of Animal Crossing merchandise nonetheless. You know, I wanted to get an exit shot so you'd see all the Nintendo branding around the mall, but I actually forgot the first time, so I went back upstairs just to get this footage. My hand was still really shaky though. Afterwards, I walked around the bookstore for a bit to see if there was anything interesting. My reading comprehension is a bit low, so I'm only used to reading comic books, but isn't it nice to take a breath and look at the colors on the book spines? Sometimes I like to walk around displays and see what book I can hold on the subway to make me look mysterious. Actually, I don't have much patience for reading novels, but I want to take a look at these because they had really pretty art. At the store, I thought this book title was really funny, but then I went home and I googled it, and it's actually about loss and grief instead of just being single, so not that funny. Afterwards, I got hungry again, so I went to go get dessert. I went to this crepe place and I thought I was lucky enough to find a corner table in a quiet cafe, but I'm actually really bad at filming food, and the food wasn't really pretty enough to film. I had the choice between getting a pretty fruit crepe or something that I actually wanted to eat, so I ended up getting the peanut butter crepe instead just because I liked eating it more, but it's really not pretty enough to film. Anyways, I forgot to film the outro, so pretend this is one. Okay, bye!